Okay, we're in episode
17.
17. I like it.
Field report from Sea Otter.
That's right. It was a Rebel trip last week. Went Wednesday, home Friday for the grand opening.
Yep.
Quick synopsis is it's an awesome event. If you are a bike geek and like bike stuff and are tired of cold winters in our neck of the woods, I think it's a worthwhile go now. Like last time I went was like 2 decades. Well, I guess first time I went was 2 decades ago, and last time I went was probably a decade ago.
Yeah, you and I went quite some time ago.
Yeah, and it was good, but it wasn't like this is like verging on interbike.
Yeah, you said it's gotten a lot bigger.
Well, it's like the racing's better, the actual event is better, it's bigger, there's more stuff to see, and it's cool because you can go as an industry geek like us, or you can go as just a straight up bike geek. You don't need to be like a consumer or whatever you want, and there's like just lots to do. Like it was really good.
So you got a special report here from your ground and pound, and then I took some time to probe through and find a few highlights of my own, but
yeah.
What do you got for us?
I just think the biggest thing was like to see that there's a lot of companies set up there and like really like showing what's available for you to buy for a bike right now. There's lots of innovation too, but like it's just like a good way to hype the start of the season. Really, once you're in there, it's really well set up. Like it's easy to kind of wander around. Some dudes have big booths, like Trek had a nice big massive booth.
Yep.
We had to talk to those folks, and they kind of ran us through gravel bikes and e-bikes, and you can see some of that stuff on some Instagram footage we posted last week. Most of our major vendors were there. Norco was there.
I saw the new Norco gravel bike. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was really cool to see that. I was like, we didn't even know if we were allowed to put that out on Instagram. They're like, yeah, just let her go because the launch date was a few days later.
Yeah. Spy photo.
Yeah, it was kind of spy-ish, but not. But I think for me, it was like interesting just to see how healthy the bike industry is in the sense that there's just a lot of people into it. For them to fill that place up, like I'll maybe shoot a picture over to Q to add into this episode of the parking. Like it's like there's a lot of bodies up there, like a lot of bodies.
I was surprised by how many like sort of CNC machine bits there were in my spying around on various internet recaps and stuff. I almost felt like it's been a while since I did like a full deep nerd out on gadgets.
There's lots of stuff.
And man, there was a lot of stuff.
Yeah, the one video that we posted last week with the Madrone stuff, like that was probably close to a highlight for me. Like it's so cool to have rebuildable parts for like I've
rebuilt one, only one so far, and man, that is an insanely rad little. It's not for everyone, and the process, like if you get yourself the tools and you've never worked on a derailleur, crack a couple talls because you maybe got a little work ahead of you. But if you did it a couple times, you'd have it down to a science. And it certainly, if you've got a fatigued out older derailleur, man, it was very cool.
I'm stoked to try that derailleur out too, that new Jab derailleur.
Yeah.
I think mostly just because I want to put a purple derailleur on something.
Oh, yeah. What's up, 90s?
It's totally.
Yeah,
like speaking of small bits, like, I probably spent way too much time in the Wolf Tooth booth. Like, those guys have so much cool stuff.
Yeah.
Just various sundry little bits to bolt onto your bike that'll either replace a part or add to a part or storage, or they just like best dropper lever in the market.
Oh, easily the best dropper lever.
Yep.
I only now mount my water bottles with gold anodized bolts.
Perfect.
And the policy
but now you can get a gold anodized tie cage to go with it.
Why would you say this to me?
Yeah.
I got orthodontia to pay for, guys.
Yeah, that's your kids are just have to have bad teeth.
So much for these kids' teeth for getting the gold bottle cages.
Had a good talk with our boys there. Well, one of the boys, Mr. Peter, was there, an old Calgary OG.
Former Calgary Cycle, well, I guess Calgary boy. Calgary and area boy, and he's SRAMing it up for us.
Yeah, he gave me a bit of a breakdown on the new 70-90 stuff, and it's cool how those guys are doing the same thing, that you can buy parts for that 70-90 stuff.
Make it serviceable.
Yeah, like this stuff's expensive, and it's cool that you don't just have to replace it anymore.
Yeah.
It's I think they're doing a really good job there.
I think that's actually really cool. Like the pushed maybe towards a little more lifespan through some of these higher end parts in the form of us being able to help customers or customers being able to help themselves. Like I think that's kind of the way of the world right now, or needs to be, and it's
their derailleurs are as expensive as they are. Like if you can't get a small part for them, it kind of sucks.
Yeah,
it's been that way for a long time, so it's cool that that's changing.
The new ones are tough too. Like some of these newer gen derailleurs, like they're pretty sturdy, despite some trash talk to the contrary. They're pretty. I don't know. So far, I've had great luck. So.
We lived through the era of like new XT and all that other BS a couple decades ago, where that stuff was built out of tinfoil. So these new derailleurs are amazing.
If you frowned at those derailleurs, you were in trouble. So
totally. Yeah, I had a great visit with some of the boys at Mondraker. Interesting seeing those guys and talking with Dottie.
Yeah.
That's a guy who's a wealth of knowledge, and everyone on the internet knows who that guy is.
Yep.
Dak gave us a quick lowdown why his handlebars are so high, which was cool.
Yep.
Mr. Norton there. Hopefully he gets better soon and can race some bikes.
Yeah.
What else was in there? My favorite seats. They gave us a quick lowdown. They got a new seat coming. It's a little bit shorter, which is cool.
SQ-Lab?
Yeah, the SQ-Lab stuff.
Yeah, saw that.
Yeah, that's going to be a really cool seat.
If you were to pick your favorite unnecessary schnick schnock gadget bling, where would you go?
Unnecessary gadget would probably taking a perfectly good derailleur and putting some Madrone parts on it. Just because for the color. And then there was also wolf tooth stuff like we already talked about. I think the highlight for me were like actually probably in the Fox booth was that upside down fork.
Yeah, that thing looks pretty awesome.
It was awesome. And then Gracie's Mount St. Anne bike was there. And it looks so cool.
Yeah,
That paint job, seeing that like real life was cool.
Did you see the, I saw it on the internet and I was nerding out deep. The Cane Creek guys had a set of the Thai like E-wing cranks that they got coated by Yoshimura.
Oh, I didn't see that, no.
So there's, I was like, totally ridiculous crank that's now even more gangster.
That's
and apparently
amazing.
like the set they had looked like they'd been on a bike for a year and they looked brand new.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, I was nerding out hard.
The upside down Cane Creek gravel fork was really cool too.
And they got an upside down mountain bike fork floating around.
Yeah, I couldn't see it down there. It was busy, so I took a snap or two of the gravel fork, but I didn't see that. I didn't see
they got some cool stuff happening. That Fox fork looked, despite their prototype decals, it looked pretty close.
It looked very good. Yep.
Yeah.
It was, speaking of suspension, the Olin's guys, like, it was fun getting a little bit more of a deep dive with their dudes at the booth. I think that's the coolest thing. Like, if you're a consumer and you want to know exactly what's going on with twin tube technology or that kind of stuff, you can jump into the Olin's booth and they're there to. They had like some crazy stuff on display from like trophy trucks and some kind of like, one of the downhill race bikes from Specialized last year.
And you can sauce like they do like limited amounts of the race program stuff that you can buy as a consumer as well, which is kind of cool.
That's neat. I didn't know that.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. I shouldn't get too carried away because I'm not sure if that's a worldwide thing or a states thing, but I didn't really fully grasp that. And I was looking at some of the stuff you can get. It's pretty cool how much you can hot rod your bike with their stuff.
The Crestline boys had a cool little booth, which was like right close to the Cascade guys, and like, man, those guys, the machining, it takes me back to the 90s. It's like, oh my god, it's so cool, the Cascade stuff.
Deep 90s nerd mode.
Yep.
Yeah.
The product I thought of you of was the Routeworks bag, the new one. It's like giant. You can get like easily. I told him we could get 6 like tall cans in there, but he's like, no, 4 tall cans and 2 burritos. He's like, well, stay safe.
I mean, you hit him with some pretty vital arithmetic, and he did a viable counter strike.
He countered, yeah. It was a winning counter too. The burritos down there mucho better than here.
Yeah. No, I saw what you did there with that mucho.
You like that?
I like that.
You like that?
Yeah, that was good.
Had a
that's like the Meech Lake Accords that you just signed with that guy. You got things worked out quick.
Yeah, that didn't take very long. We were obviously very close in our ideologies of.
That's some good diplomacy. I applaud you.
It was good.
Yeah, well played.
Had a really good night with the Troy Lee boys. The Troy Lee boys put an event on, and got to hang out with Troy and Cody there a bit, and eat some shrimps.
Oh, nice.
That was very nice. And then had a really good time with, like I said, some of the Mondraker boys, and down in Monterey, and then had a lovely whiskey with some of the OG Santa Cruz guys. So it was good. It was, I think for me, it was nice just to realize that like some of these people still exist. We've been like not anti, but like no trade show for like probably half a decade. So it's like cool to just go down and give high fives.
I was gonna say it's kind of nice to be able to get some opportunities to kind of reconnect and get sort of stretched back out on that front. And
it's we're all the same. It's just different. It's pretty hilarious rolling up to a bike show like that. We all look like the same.
Well, and it's neat to see that like some of the stuff that gets us wound up gets those guys wound up still. Like they're still nerding out.
Totally.
Despite how close they are to the whole thing, like they're still hyped about a lot of the same stuff we're hyped about. So
totally. I'd say overall that event, like if you've got kids that are into bikes or if you're into bikes, like I think it's worth the adventure to get down there.
Try and get down there next year.
I think it's pretty key. My only note is like definitely pay attention to where you're staying and understand it's gonna suck to get to.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, considering it's an international speedway and stuff, I thought that they'd got the access figured out, but it can take you a long time to get there. Like, if you can get an e-bike down there that you can ride up there, that'd probably be the ticket. Like, just stay in Monterey or Salinas and then pedal your butt in there.
So you're saying it's a van road trip coming up next year is what you're saying?
Oh, it's a thing. And if you can camp on site, and everyone that was camping on site was a happy camper.
So let's go.
Yeah, I think it might have to be a plan.
26, here we come.
That's right. Watch out, Sea Otter.
I'll get a fresh windshield for the rig.
Oh, just wait till just go down smoked, typical Alberta style.
I mean, the windshield will stay fresh for like an hour, but
It's totally, yeah.
okay, I'm excited. I'm excited to maybe look into this next year.
Yeah, no, I thought it was a really good event. And with us not having the same number of events industry-wide, it's kind of cool to actually just go see people.
Pretty important actually to be able to see some of this stuff and actually know what exists and all that.
Yeah, totally.
It's hard to do these days, so.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Wicked.
Any other questions for me?
No, I mean you did your most awesome Les Nessman mission I've ever seen there. You got down there and hit the crucial highlights and got us the information.
Well, I think I figured out it was a 2.5 day trip with 8 or 9 hours in a car and 10 hours of flying. So there was like, it was either you were either at a bike show doing bike show stuff, or I was driving or flying.
I mean, you seemed pretty normal when you came back, so however you made that happen. I mean,
Saturday night I was pretty rocked.
good effort.
Yeah.
Touche.
Yeah.
We'll keep you in mind for your next field mission.
We'll make that much more mellow next time we do that.
All right. I like.
We also will be opening another store, so.
I'm gonna say, hopefully next spring is a touch more normal.
Yeah, it'll be nice. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good effort.
Yeah. Sweet episode. Good.